when you go to, when you think about different shopping experiences that you've had, when you go into a place where the cost is a bit different, what do you notice about how people behave, how people move, how they act?
Completely different. Completely different.
So that sense of whatever it is that you represent, because whatever, the power that you have with the internet is that you can, massively distribute it, and they can echo, and they can, spread, and you have this presence. You want to ask yourself, if you had a storefront with what it was that you were selling online, what would you want the customer service reps to be like? How would you want people to be greeted? Like, again, if I got like a quick, I'm just selling something that's very quick, and people can be, certain kind of bubbly, zip zap zop kind of personality. But if I'm selling, a very expensive vehicle, for example,
or a
it's gonna
house.
be a very different, exactly, very,
Yeah.
very different kind of connection. And so the environment that you're creating online, very much like persuasion, is like, well, when people come to my page, when people come to my site, when people come to my social media, or whatever it is that I utilize to represent my brand. Because sometimes people have like, if you go to my Instagram right now, there's, I'm not a social media. I use LinkedIn to represent my business. I
Yes.
use Instagram to like, well, I guess I should post stuff here, but whatever.
Get you.
But when you go to my LinkedIn, it's really clear what I'm about. It's the language, that's there. And that's on purpose, because the people that I do business with, that's where I find them and they find me. And that's the environment with which we connect.
Yes.
And so it's like walking into the store. Here's the tonal influence store. Here's what you need to know. Here's what this is about. You go to tonalinfluence.com. Here's what it is that you need to know. Shout out to Creative Brain AI. They helped work on my site. That's a team based out in Australia. Australia is just, it's just you there, you know what I'm
We're
saying?
getting there.
It's right. They but yeah, the idea is like coming into that sense of storefront, because again, the what you see and what you hear, those things, they match. So if you got something that's luxury, what does luxury sound like? I'll give you one more better. There was a TikTok, one of those. That's how you can tell. Like, I don't make it. They had the side by sides where somebody said, do 4 different voices for 4 different cars. It was luxury, safety, action and adventure, and family.
Huh.
And you could hear how people would, like, when they would talk about the luxury car versus the action car versus this car has got safety, and this is the family car, right?
Wow.
Each of these
Right there.
environments, right? You can hear, the difference. So you decide what that is.
Yeah. 101. It's crazy.
You just decide what that is, and there's very interesting, there's very specific kinds of vocal things that you can do when you want to, give someone this experience. And you do this with a voice to give a certain kind of energy, or, you have a certain kind of, excitement and enthusiasm for certain things, if or you have a certain sense of, everything is going to be okay because we blind everything out 1, 2, and 3. And then you have a certain sense of energy when you want to make sure everybody feels like it's safe to come around and come along. And so, depending on the environment, our voices have the power to shift and change. Like, it's not a character. It is a choice of tone based on where you are.